extend my own hearty welcome to all parents, other guests, and students who are in attendance tonight at this recognition program. As many opportunities as I've had to give an address like this and to say farewell to a group of 8th graders, it never loses its appeal to me. Could be that I enjoy the sound of my melodic voice over a microphone, or the fact that I, Father Flanagan, have these youngsters as captive audience for one of my famous sermons one last time. So regardless, I'm happy to be here and happy to have a chance to address the class on this very special night. Sometimes as I sit down and try to plan such a speech, I struggle to figure out that theme for the message. I mean, let's be honest, I guess I could always try to trust the fine reminiscent thing, in which I reflect on the significance of 6th grade and 7th grade and 8th grade and lament the passage of time. But that one's been done before, right? Wait, how about that one where I advertised the designation of high school as the best time of your life? You paint a rosy picture of what the next 4 years will bring? That's been done before. I'm just not feeling that. No, for this year's event or address, I gravitated toward a concept that I think is very timely, very relevant for this year's 8th grade class, and it's the topic of leadership. Yes, younglings, if I could propose an image to hang from the top of the welcoming arch at Monroe High School, I suggest a twist on that iconic Army recruitment poster. You know, the one where Uncle Sam's pointing, saying, "I want you," right? Except under Uncle Sam's image, I would put, "I want leaders." This class, I think more than anything else, needs to develop leaders. And I'm sure that Monroe High School would appreciate them doing so. Now, before any proud, protective mothers and fathers stand up in protest, challenging my claim that this class lacks leadership, let me explain my point. You know, I'm not saying that this class does not lack the potential for leaders, nor am I alleging that leadership is natural or easy for middle school age children. You know, I myself was certainly not a beacon of leadership at 13 or 14. Of course, none of that changes the fact, though, that leaders are in demand more than ever, nor does it change the fact that I'm glad that someone older and wiser than I helped me develop my own leadership potential as I mature. What I'm trying to convey is that I hope you view this dissertation as more of an encouragement than a criticism. Now again, the potential for leadership exists, but here's the waste that I'm seeing. In some cases, I think the attributes of positive leadership are there, but maybe hidden beneath quiet inactivity. You know, in other words, we have those students who in this class know the right direction and recognize the obstacles and the way that they want to go, but maybe don't always do something to affect a change. These dormant leaders sit back and observe, wanting the best, but maybe not doing a lot to make it a reality. They resist the urge to lead, maybe prefer to stay to themselves, not make waves. Meanwhile, I do see many outward personas of leaders, and they do inspire a following, but they're not always using that charisma for noble purposes. And these vocal individuals sometimes want recognition and reaction instead of action. You know, they trade in that badge of leadership sometimes for a laugh or a dare. You know, in this class, I see a lot of leaders who could be, but maybe aren't quite. So, with that premise stated, I just thought I'd overview a few attributes that I think a lot of good leaders, a lot of great leaders have exhibited. And if anything else, I hope that this list promotes some thought from our students and maybe some discussion. Oh, and 8th graders, there is the summative assessment tomorrow on this. So if I were you, I would tune in. Leadership quality number 1, vision. Effective leaders have vision. That has nothing to do with their eyesight. A true leader's vision extends beyond the reality of the moment and examines possibilities. Leaders do not accept things as they are, but instead they envision what could be. How well did the Wright brothers accomplish flight without the pursuit of a vision? So without vision, leaders don't know the direction in which they want to go, and they often get lost. I think a vision, a strong vision, is important to effective leadership. A second quality for leaders is communication. Great leaders, once they have that vision, can communicate it clearly. Furthermore, they can communicate the path that will lead to the fruition of that vision and can express the merits of their vision. Abraham Lincoln, one of our country's greatest presidents, remains well known for his ability to articulate letters and to tell engaging stories and to give poignant speeches. An inability to communicate prevents leaders from distributing their vision to others. A third quality of leadership is character. In the face of distractions, temptations, great leaders exhibit character. And that character doesn't depend on the situation at hand. Instead, leaders' character is strong, immovable, resistant, and persistent. Just think of Martin Luther King Jr.'s resolve, right? He met strikes and blows with kindness and peace. He did not sacrifice his character. And certainly, strong character is a prerequisite to effective leadership. A fourth character is boldness. This is an important one for you guys because leaders aren't worried about doing acts that are not safe, popular, and easy. On the contrary, they dare to be different, not just for the sake of being different. Leaders propose new ideas without waiting to see if others support or agree with them. My favorite poet, Robert Frost, often met criticism for writing because his writing differed from that of his contemporaries. But Frost was bold enough, he maintained his own voice, and in doing so he left behind a very impressive body of work. Quite truly, great leadership necessitates boldness. And finally, I think great leaders need an attitude of servitude. Pure leaders don't lead in order to benefit their own positions in life. Instead, they lead to serve others. They think outside themselves. They're more concerned with improving things for all. Mother Teresa, model of selfless leadership, certainly didn't embark upon her life mission to promote ease, convenience, but she recognized an opportunity to lead others toward a better life. She seized that opportunity. To be a good leader, you have to have a service or a spirit of servitude. So what I'm not suggesting is that you become Martin Luther King Jr. or Mother Teresa during the course of your high school career, but I do think you can find those small-scale opportunities for leadership pursuits, right? First, you've got to have a vision of what success means to you. Keep that vision in mind. Allow it to focus you and allow it to inspire others to do the same. Find something that represents a bigger picture. Look beyond the next Call of Duty installment or the next summer blockbuster that's coming out, right? Next, communicate with others. Make sure that the communication has worth and substance. Find a networking opportunity beyond a Facebook post or a tweet to your followers. Put down your mobile device occasionally and have a meaningful conversation with someone in a situation similar to you. Also, work everyday activity character and improving yourself. Do what you know to be right, even when no one else is looking, and resist the temptation to transcribe the answers from someone else's workbook or to insult others. Furthermore, be bold enough to be yourself. Be confident in who you are, how you look, what you say. If you see a situation different, and you see it differently than others, don't conform just to fit in. Match your actions to your principles, and don't set your moral compass according to the latest trend in designer jeans or the top 10 charts of pop music. Finally, always think outside of yourself in an effort to serve others. Get involved in organizations that have a more global purpose and make the whole school a better place. These leadership experiences will build your base for success that transcends this artificial world that we call school into a more substantial part of your life, that thing that we call life. In closing, I just make that plea one more time. Consider becoming a leader. I see the potential that many of you have. And upon trying your hand at leadership, I believe that you'll begin to appreciate its merits. As much as I love working with 8th graders, every day, in the moment, I enjoy even more waiting to see what they become. I've seen uncertain, insecure, tentative middle school students transform into confident, focused, determined adults. And I take great pride in the fact that I might have played a small role in that development. I will miss this class much. Some of you more than others. I will never lie to you, kids. But I wish you all the best in high school and beyond. Be good.